Welcome back to my channel on the last installment of Mental Health Week. Woo! Managed to get through this week without, well, teleporting. I had a few cries every now and again this week, but it's all good. You're allowed to cry. So today's topic is depression. Don't we all love it? So, depression, you might hear that people are going to be too emo or, yeah, it's emotional. You always get emotional. If you don't like it, not my problem. So, basically, depression is not where you just feel unhappy with the world, you know, it's a bit more to that than just feeling fed up with people, just life in general, where you just feel it weekly, monthly, daily. I don't feel as depressed as I was, purely because I have so many anxiety disorders that's so overcome. I wouldn't say like overcome my depression. My depression is still there. There's moments where I just feel idiotic, like depressed, because I can't do anything. Like at the moment we're all technically in lockdown still, and it depresses me most when I can't see my family. And when people go out and about to a beach or wherever, I'm just like, oh come on, really? It's just things like, little things like that, just like, ugh. But with depression, I will happily tell you, if you know someone or you are someone, you probably experience people telling each other, come on, snap out of it, pull yourself together, get a grip, you know, feel better soon. You won't. There's no easy way to explain depression, because it is a real invisible illness. You know, it can be fatal. It can drive you to suicide. I've done the disclaimer at the very start, so I'll link the Samaritans bit down here so you can look on there. And for God's sake, my message for this week: be kind to yourself, and most of all, be kind to one another, because we all need it right now, especially in lockdown, where I've seen it on the news where like little old ladies or the elderly in general are feeling so depressed because they can't see their family, and it's heartbreaking to see the struggles of a elderly person who she can't see the rest of her family, and she doesn't know when she's going to see them next. Granted, you can see one member of the household. Yeah, imagine you've got loads. So for me, for example, I live in Suffolk. Obviously most of the people who probably will be watching me anyway know that, because they live literally the same town as me. But I live in Suffolk, and majority of my family are down near Brighton, Bognor Regis, south. And God, days like today, where today's the perfect day for me because it's sunny and it's so breezy, because I was on the sofa earlier and I was like, oh, I miss this. But I can't go to the sea to relax because I feel a bit uneasy when I see people anyway, especially when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But back on to the topic, yeah, just please, for the hell of you, don't think you have to pull yourself together just like that, because it will not work at all, because it can't be done like that. You can't just like, okay, I guess I'll move forward with my life then. It doesn't work. It literally takes the time that you want to be done, not like a matter of seconds, because if you do it in a matter of seconds, I applaud you, good sir. But no. So, like I said, with my anxiety, I have known to have depression along with it, because I did feel suicidal at one stage in my life. But the first attempt was unintentional. I was a curious kid. But the second one, I was too bloody dumb. Do not mix bloody your medication with fucking alcohol. It will not get you anywhere. I'm lucky to be here myself from it. I'm not saying, oh go on, drink up. But people deal with depression different ways. So for example, I chose to go with alcohol because it's a supplement. You know, things go away. It doesn't go away. It's still at the back of your mind the next day. And I don't even touch that much alcohol. I only touch alcohol unless there's a good party involved. Like, for example, my hen parties, my birthday parties, or any sort of birthday celebration, like a celebration. But I always balance my drinks. So, for example, I tend to drink, I don't know, a mixed drink, a mixture. So, like, I don't know, vodka and coke, for example, or a shot or something. I always make sure I follow it up with a soft drink, because that way my body is known for me to do it. And plus it gets the balance right, so you don't feel tipsy straight away, especially on medication. But please make sure if you're on medication, just know your bloody limit, because even then you shouldn't be able to drink when you're on medication. But if you do drink, just be bloody careful. Alright, just showing that I care. So very recently, this sounds very TMI, but it can link to lack of arousal in the bedroom, like you don't want to feel sexy, you don't want to get glammed up or whatever. But this plays a role with my insomnia as well. You know, I worry too much about what's going on, but then again, it all links. That's why I did it separately. But like I said, like most of the videos, I think I said it to all of them, I think, you are not alone. Don't be afraid to message me on here, or if someone knows me personally, message me, y'all! So, just don't be afraid to shout out of what you're feeling, because yes, it is hard. I understand how hard it is. Believe me, I'm sharing my experiences with the internet, which I never thought I'd do, because I am normally a nervous wreck when it comes to this stuff, but it helps, you know, it helps get it out in the open, literally to another level. But if you don't want to speak to your family and friends, write it in a journal. That's what I do most of the time. If I'm having a bad day, I literally grab a journal and start writing it, because that way, that pen and paper are your new two best buddies. Because I said it before in the video, if you don't want to be reminded of that, literally shut it up, put it in the bin. Things like that. I have suffered from depression for different reasons. Like last year, it brought down a whole different side of it, because I might disclose this in another video actually, just to give me another video idea. But my depression came back more when I first discovered I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. Again, I'll discuss all of that in another video if you're interested about how I cope knowing that I've got it and what I've been doing, etc, etc. Which, again, video content for me, but yeah, obviously much more better quality because I'm filming on my phone because I'm a cheapskate. But you just need to watch what you're doing, you know. Even exercise, like go for a stroll maybe. What I used to do, I used to go to the park, and I won't mention this, like again, like some of the videos I've done already. Exercise for a good hour of your time. Just if it gets too much at home, go for a walk. Be like, okay, fine, whatever. I need time out because I can't deal with it. Please, for the hell of you, we all deserve that time out, even when we don't think it. Like my friend called me up yesterday, and I won't disclose her name because I'm respectful like that, but she said she's had some problems at home. I'm like, well, take the time that you need, go for a walk, even if it's just on your own. Just make sure you watch yourself, because we all need that time out. Basically, how to deal with, like, treat it, I guess, like treat it, I don't know. I, again, go to any psychological bloody therapy if that's what you want to do. I already suggested doing the paper bit, but you've got to make sure you look after yourself because it's fucking key. And there's all different types of depression, because it all depends on how you're feeling and on how much you've had in the past, so it will all build up. And I'm surprisingly mild on the spectrum. So there's 3 types of depression, which is mild, moderate and severe. I'm on mild. I don't know how I'm not either moderate or severe due to what's gone on with my life. But don't be afraid to ask for help. That's my message for this video today. Please, for the hell of you, just be careful, please. When I said about the 3 types of depression, like the mild, moderate, I will speak this out because I feel that this is important, that you know the differences between all 3. So the mild depression has some impact on your daily life, so I can get why I'm mild now. Moderate, I think I used to be moderate because it does sound like me like ages ago. But I'm not gonna say, oh, but I did have it. But I said I probably might have. But if you're doing this, do not think the worst, because you'll be like, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to do that. Don't try to overstretch it, if that makes sense. So when people like have depression like me, for example, if I say like, oh, I've got depression, oh, well and good, but if I didn't want to do anything in my life, like I refused to go out the door because people are out there, because I read it online on my do not do that. Do not look up symptoms for the hell of symptoms. The reason I've got a stream like next to me is because I know exactly what I went through, and I'm like, that does ring a bell. But I won't read what symptoms I don't have, because what's the point of doing that? But again, so moderate has significant impact of your life, like daily. So it means like you might not be able to go to the shop today because you don't want to face people. You might go another day, and then once you calm down, then you want to go to the park, but you don't want to do that just in case you spot someone. Whereas severe depression, it just makes it more difficult for yourself to go through a daily life because they overpound their mind into thinking all sorts of things. I'm not saying like, oh, but if someone like, I don't know, loads of people have severe depression, which they don't. So for example, I do know someone who has severe depression. I know that she's genuine about it. But like I said, I won't disclose any names because it's not fair to say their life over on the internet. But especially when I respect the boundaries of people, and I will not name anyone unless they want me to mention them or like mention what went on, because I am too respectful like that. I feel like I've got some psychological symptoms still, like I used to have very low self-esteem, but I don't as much. So like I said, don't read too much into this because just don't. I always feel like some days I don't feel motivated to do stuff, so I don't want to go outside. I do not want to do cooking, I do not want to do tidying up, I do not want to do anything. And again, on the disclaimer at the very start of this video, there's a disclaimer that says suicidal thoughts and harming yourself, like self-harm. Many people have been known to self-harm themselves for a coping mechanism, and that's why they're called emos. Because there was a story, like, this is where I get sad. There was a story in Hollyoaks, they did a self-harming story, and they portrayed it really well. And obviously she suffered from anxiety, I think she suffered from depression as well. But I think it's mostly anxiety and like how she coped with it. You know, she had sepsis and she didn't realise it was too late to like be saved, and it was so tragic. So for people who want to self-harm and watch this channel, just be careful or don't do it at all. Please, just look after yourselves. Appetite or weight, so basically people can gain some sort of eating disorder with it, and I didn't want to disclose this in my series because I didn't suffer as much as an eating disorder, but I do know I ate a lot and nothing happened to my friends, so it felt like, nah, I don't really need to speak about that topic. But people are known for eating excessively or the opposite, so people can just literally snack to the ill, or they don't eat at all, like they go on a hunger strike. I didn't do any of them. Well, I do snack, but I've not done any of the sort, so yeah, I can understand why people are a bit skeptical on it. TMI, constipation. Yeah, if you're depressed, you can get constipated. Purely because you're stressing too much and it's just like, well, I'm not gonna move. Just be gentle with your body, guys. no matter what it is, just be gentle with it. I already spoke about my lack of arousal and low sex drive. It can happen, especially when your partner's like, ooh, shall we do this? And you're just thinking, yeah, but no, I don't want to. It is hard, you know, because sometimes sex keeps the relationship alive, spice things up. Woo. But only do it when it's two consenting adults. Don't do it when someone's not feeling up to it. Like God, my PCOS thing. Changes in your menstrual cycle. Yes, depression can prolong periods. Well, it can help with it. Purely because you're getting too worked up about your bodies. Therefore, you're stressing about it. The more you stress, because stress is a key link to lack of periods. Yeah. So, just be careful, ladies. Please take it for someone who knows. But yeah, that will be a whole different video that I will talk about some point soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Disturbed sleep. Again, insomnia, right down to T. So, this morning, you would not believe that I went to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was up again by 11. Another 5 hours sleep for me. All, you know, all sorts of depression that's there, like postnatal depression, where, you know, you can have after a baby's been born. It can happen to both male and females, where it's called baby blues, I believe. I've not, like, had a child yet. I don't plan to just yet. Cheryl, if you're watching, hold it. And Sally, my mother-in-law. There is also bipolar, which is also known as the manic depression. So it's basically mood swings as well as like mania. So you have good, bad days all over the place. But it can cause a little uproar. So if you're having bipolar, please, for the love of your God, look after yourself now. In fact, any sort of depression you have, look after yourself. That's my motto for this video. But yeah, so I want to say thank you for watching my videos this week. My next video will probably be in the next couple of days because I can relax. I got the weekend off. Oh wait, I'm still in lockdown. But yeah, please give me a like, subscribe button, and ring that fucking bell, please. Just be kind to one another, most of all yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. See you next week for a brand new video. Bye.